Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and welcome to the 2024 Knowledge is Power Business Conference. I'm Stephanie Broughton. I'm one of the MWBE team members with Dallas Independent School District, and I'm also today's Mistress of Ceremony. We want to welcome you to this year's conference, and we want to let you know that we're currently streaming live on Facebook. So for those of you who are viewing us live on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us on our Facebook page at the Dallas ISD's MWBE Facebook page. I see you guys are pouring in here. Thank you so much. Good morning. Sound off and let us know what your company is all about and who you're representing this morning. The Dallas ISD MWBE department, we're so excited to have you join us, but we did not have this conference alone. This conference is actually in collaboration with Dallas ISD's MWBE department, UT Southwestern Medical Center, the City of Dallas Small Business Center, Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business, and the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber, as well as the Greater Southwest Black Chamber, the North Central Texas Regional Certification Agency, the U.S. India Chamber, and the Dallas-Fort Worth Minority Supplier Development Council. We all want to welcome you to this year's event. As you can see on the agenda, we have some amazing workshops scheduled for you today. We have special remarks from Annie Partee, Dr. Nesbitt, and Joyce Williams, as well as a successful vendor roundtable and marketing, mentor-protege program, and business finances. So we have so much to cover today. This conference will take place from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So we have a lot of ground to cover today. So we want to go ahead and jump right into it and get started with today's conference. Before we move on any further, I just want to check in and make sure that everyone can hear me, everyone can see the screen. We don't have any issues there. We want to just check in with everyone to make sure you know where to find the chat button, where to find the Q&A session. So if you have any questions as we move forward with the workshops, as well as any of our presenters, if you have questions, please utilize that chat feature as well as the Q&A feature. All right. Thank you guys so much for chiming in the chat. I see you chiming in. Thank you. So it lets me know that you guys can hear me and you are ready to rock and roll. Right now, we're going to introduce some of our executives to give you some special remarks for the 2024 Knowledge is Power Conference. First up, I would like to introduce you to Annie Partee, who is the Executive Director of the Minority Women Business Enterprise Department at Dallas ISD. She has been with the district for over 25 years. Under her leadership, Dallas ISD has been continuously recognized for its MWBE program. Ms. Partee.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Stephanie. I certainly appreciate your kind words. My name is Annie Partee, as Ms. Broughton has indicated. I am blessed to serve as the Executive Director of the district's Minority Women Business Enterprise Department. I have been given the afforded opportunity and distinct pleasure to welcome you to the 2024 Knowledge is Power Conference. I would like to begin and would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the hard work, dedication, support, and contributions of today's sponsors: UT Southwestern Medical Center with Dr. Darcel Webb, City of Dallas Small Business Center, Mr. Jesse Sardano, coupled with the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses, Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Greater Southwest Black Chamber, U.S. India Chamber, the North Central Texas Regional Certification Agency, DFW Minority Supplier Development Council, and Dallas ISD's Minority Women Business Enterprise Department under the awesome leadership of Mr. Leslie Williams, Deputy Chief of Special Projects. I would just like to share just a little bit about the Dallas Independent School District. We are governed by a 9-member board of trustees, and they are elected by the Dallas community. These dedicated professionals establish the policies by which we operate. Dallas ISD seeks to be a premier urban school district. Our mission is educating all students for success. We are one of the nation's fastest improving school districts, and may I add, the greatest. We have 230 schools, approximately 157,000 students. We also have a board adopted and approved minority women business enterprise program. And last but certainly not least, we are proud of the exemplary leadership of our superintendent, Dr. Stephanie Alizadeh. She is not able to be here today, but wanted to share some special remarks to each and every one of you. Again, on behalf of Dallas ISD, you're welcome, welcome, welcome. Now let's hear from our superintendent. Thank you.
In Dallas ISD, we are unapologetically committed to equity. Our commitment extends beyond the classroom to the way we do business, promoting diversity and equitable participation of minority and women-owned businesses. With the invaluable support of our Board of Trustees, we have surpassed our MWBE participation goals in some areas and are making strides in areas where there's still work to do. We are building a richer, more equitable, and more diverse community together for the benefit of the students in our classrooms today and for generations to come.
All right, thank you so much, Annie and Dr. Stephanie Alizadeh, for your amazing message. And now I'd like to introduce all of you to Dr. Shauna Nesbitt. She is the John C. Vanetta III Professor in the Department of Internal Medicine at UT Southwestern Medical Center and a member of the Hypertension section of the Division of Cardiology. She serves as the medical director of the Parkland Hypertension Clinic, as well as vice president of Chief International Opportunity Officer. At UT Southwestern, she previously served as an associate dean for student affairs and has been active in education and curriculum planning, student retention, and recognition. She is a mentor of Carey College and has taught widely on health equity and clinical care. She is the recipient of several awards recognizing her efforts in science and medicine. Dr. Nesbitt?
Thank you, Stephanie, for that wonderful introduction. It is my honor and pleasure to serve as the honorary chair from UT Southwestern today. And I thank Dr. Dorsell Webb for asking me to, yes? To serve as your honorary chair today. UT Southwestern is a phenomenal institution right here in the midst of Dallas. We've been here for 81 years or more, and we are currently made up of 4 schools. Our medical school is par excellence and ranks amongst the best in the country. Our graduate school hosts 6 Nobel Prize winners. That is the only medical school in the world that can boast of such accolades. Our health profession schools amongst the top 20 in the country, and our newest school, the Peter O'Donnell School of Public Health, also opened this past year. We're dedicated to creating health equity through our research, our education, our clinical care, and through the talent that we harvest throughout this community, and we nurture to grow to higher and higher levels. Dr. Dorsell Webb is the Supplier Diversity Hub for UT Southwestern's Medical Center, and we're proud to have her as a esteemed part of our team. I understand that this conference has been conducted for more than 20 years, educating minority women and small business owners in the art of doing business in the Dallas metro area. It's so important that we work together to nurture business with information that can help in assisting their growth and process. With that said, I'd like to thank you for allowing UT Southwestern to be part of a collaborative group of organizations that support the growth of minority and women-owned businesses. and all of the participants of today's online conferences. Enjoy the conference.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing those kind words, and thank you for your time and joining us today. Now, I'd like to welcome you guys to Joyce Williams. Joyce Williams is the director of the City of Dallas Small Business Center. Prior to coming to the City of Dallas, Ms. Williams served as the Associate Vice Chancellor of Workforce and Community Initiatives for the Dallas County Community College District. Over the last 24 years, she has held leadership positions in community engagement, workforce, education, and business strategies. Ms. Williams?
Thank you so much. I am Joyce Williams, again, with the Small Business Center for the City of Dallas. And I just want to welcome all of the participants here to the Knowledge of Power Conference. As all of the other speakers have suggested and have stated very well, that this conference in particular is one of the ones that we always look forward to, not only because of the knowledge that it provides to our organizations and to the participants that are here, but because of its consistent commitment to minority and women-owned businesses in the city of Dallas, as well as Dallas County. DISD has continued not only on its mission, but made it a priority within not only the districts that it serves, but also the residents and small businesses that it's committed to. With that, I know today will be wonderful as we all learn more about how we can better serve and better serve our commitments in serving those that are committed to us. And with that, I welcome you to the conference. Thank you so much. And I look forward to learning more about how we can continue to achieve our commitment to minority and women-owned businesses. Thank you, Jesse Sardania, for representing the city of Dallas and your commitment to DISD and its services to minority and women-owned businesses.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Williams, for that. Again, with the City of Dallas Small Business Center. And now we're going to continue with the program, and we're going to be talking with some very successful prime vendors. We're going to have a great conversation with them. This particular session will be moderated by Denise Banks. Denise is a dynamic individual with a multifaceted career spanning real estate, coaching, and empowerment advocacy. She is a realtor, a best-selling author, CEO of Gladiator Professional Development, founder of Women Building Wealth Globally, and she currently sits on the board of directors for the Greater Southwest Black Chamber of Commerce. So we're going to go ahead and kick this session off.
En pocas palabras, una mujer triunfadora.
A role model.
She's a person that you can really and truly rely on.
Perseverance. She's a powerhouse.
She's a trailblazer, right? She's doing things that others have not done.
I just started because of the necessity of providing for my kids. I looked for a job and I couldn't find anything. I asked my dad for a $5,000 loan and just took it and started the business. I joined the Regional Hispanic Contractors Association to get guidance and advice along with the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And with that, it just took me to a business place that I never thought I was gonna get to. In 2004, we were an abatement contractor. 2013, we became a demolition contractor. And now, here 2024, we do asbestos demolition, and now we do general contracting, which now I see general contracting as an opportunity to help other subcontractors and build them up, where maybe somebody else doesn't give an opportunity. Well, here we are to open those doors for them. My lawyer, Geronimo, had called me and he said, Elizabeth, I'm ready. Let's name this company. What are you going to name it? And I was sitting in my house, and Yahoo came up with a page where it said that the latest news was Picasso painting was stolen. So I kept looking at the picture, and it was just an abstract picture. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't really see, the painting really well. And I said, you know what? We're gonna name the company Picasso. He's like, Picasso like the painter? And I said, yes, exactly like the painter. And he said, why? And I said, because I don't understand this picture, but it's so beautiful.
Trabajador, foreman, supervisor, project manager, estimador, y ahorita es lo que hago, estimar y supervisar los trabajos. Pues empezamos básicamente nada más que 4 personas.
So I have been with Elizabeth for over 18 years as office administrative, office manager, HR. It's been a journey with her.
Elizabeth is the kind of person that does not take no for an answer. She's a woman that inspires other women. I remember when she started, there were very few, Latinas, very few women in the demolition business. It was a man-dominated field. And here we have a young woman that starts a company that makes it successful and continues to be successful in other areas as well.
Que es una mujer de negocios, y pues como nosotros apenas estábamos comenzando, pues queríamos que alguien nos diera la mano, y la primera que nos dio la mano pues fue ella.
What you see is what you get with Elizabeth. She's just open and out there and puts it all on the table for you. She recognizes her team really well, and she really cares about who works with her.
She's very proud of the work that she does, the relationship she cultivated, everything that she's been able to succeed, but she's never too proud to really share the challenges.
But that doesn't interfere with Elizabeth's thought process. What Elizabeth thinks about when her leadership is, how do you get things done? Is this going to be a benefit? And if it's going to be a benefit, let's start doing it. May not have the whole plan on it. She's not an engineer or an architect that she needs to have the whole plan. She's a contractor. They just start building. And that's what Elizabeth does. She builds. And I see that with Luna. I see that at the foundation. We're starting an internship program. It's something that you would think we would have had a long time ago, both Luna and the internship program at the foundation. But guess what? We didn't have a leader that said, let's go do it. And that's one of the secrets that I learned from Elizabeth. The biggest thing is just pick up your foot and go on to the next step.
She performs and she takes care of us. I mean, that's the real reason why she works a lot with us. You give her an assignment and she goes in and just takes care of it. You don't have to worry about it. Time and time again, she has demonstrated that. This drive, this energy that you can't teach it. Either you have it or you don't, and she has it.
She had made her decision to make this company a success. She was starting up. She never gave up. Even at times that she might have felt giving up, she did not. Her journey as an entrepreneur, being a testimonial of when you prepare yourself and you really focus on what you want to do, you can make this happen.
It's nice to watch someone pave the path to show women that it's possible. Good job, Elizabeth. I've watched you come from the bottom to the top. It's been really impressive to watch. So if you're not watching her, you need to watch. Watch and learn. She's doing it right.
Palabras hacia ella simplemente es agradecimiento. Agradecimiento porque a pesar de que ha tenido sus triunfos, sus fracasos, siempre ha estado ahí para Nacho's Painting.
We appreciate and value everything that you do for your friends, for your community, for the RTA, and for every other business organization around in DFW. You're just incredible. We appreciate you.
You're a very good example how hard work and discipline and the willingness to keep going and giving others makes at the end of the day, a story such as yours.
Picasso, felicidades. Elizabeth, felicidades por el éxito. Muchísimas gracias por todo lo que haces por la comunidad.
I am just so proud of Elizabeth. I know people ask me, well, what does it take to be successful? I said, well, look at Elizabeth. Follow her growth. That's what it takes to be successful.
You have your heart into it and you show up to work every day and just, do the best that you can, and you'll eventually reach what you want to reach without you even noticing how you got there. I mean, here I am 20 years later, And I don't even know what we did, in the last 20 years. I just know that every day that I showed up to work and just try to make the best of that day.
Well, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me, Stephanie?
Yes.
Awesome. What an incredible video. I mean, it was so empowering, so powerful. I'm getting chills just listening to that, to watching the video. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Knowledge is Power Conference. I'm super excited to kick off this first workshop session, Successful Prime Vendor Roundtable. So I'm going to be joined today by Elizabeth Potts, Jolene Wansango, and Joe Reyes. The objective of our roundtable is to provide an opportunity for you as attendees to receive some helpful insights and from successful business owners as well. So we're going to provide information on just doing business. So I'm excited to kick off this workshop again, and I'm going to start with all of you three panelists. So Elizabeth, Jolene, and Joe, we would like our audience to get to know a little bit about you. So can you please share something about yourself? It could be professional or personal. We just heard about Elizabeth. So Jolene, let me go to you and Joe and just share something about yourself so that the audience can get to know who you are.
Perfect. Thank you so much. My name is Jolene Musongo. I am President and CEO of Akari Management Group, as well as Joesta Construction. Thank you for having me at this Knowledge is Power. I've been participating in Knowledge is Power maybe for the last 15 or so years. So I'm very excited to be back here. Since I believe most of the questions you'll be asking us is more about business, so let me just go ahead and kick off by talking a little bit about something personal. I am a mother, I am a daughter, I am a sister, I'm an auntie, and I'm a business owner amongst many other many other hats that I wear. I believe in giving back to the community, uplifting others, and learning. I love learning and knowledge, and I love surrounding myself with people that just continue to help me grow as far as my knowledge base is concerned. Integrity is a big part of me. I get a rise out of knowing that people know that I have integrity. And especially when I'm dealing with clients and all, I want them to know that if I give them my word, they can take it to the bank because we will perform and we will do what needs to be done. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And if that's plenty for people to get to know a little bit about you, and integrity speaks a lot, and a family person. So that's absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, Jolene. Joe? You may be muted, Joe. I can't hear you. Joe, you're muted. You're muted. There you go.
My name is Joe Reyes. I'm the president of Real Network. I am. Okay. Hi, my name is Joe Reyes. I'm the president of Real Network Services. We started the business back in 2002. A little bit about myself. I grew up in a small farm town in Indiana. I'm an electrical engineer, and we started the business right after 9/11. We basically have grown the company to from 3 people, myself, my wife, and 2 helpers, actually 4 people. We've grown it to over 115 people now today. We've purchased a building right in the medical district between UT Southwest and Parkland Hospital. Many years ago when we were starting out, we had the opportunity to join a team to help build some of the work going on at Dallas ISD, and we're very excited about that. Today we've expanded and grown quite a bit. We do plenty of work for Parkland Hospital, DFW Airport, And again, we're a prime contractor for Dallas ISD, so we're very excited. I think there's a lot of opportunities. We are involved with the community. You know, we try to help, and that's been our whole focus on this is help others, right? When you help others, you know, things will turn out good. And we're excited to be here, and we want to know how we can help. So looking forward to helping. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. I love that servant mentality. Everything is about service. So I love that. You know, I heard this saying, people say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So I love that. And Elizabeth, the video again was absolutely impactful. I can only imagine what that video did for this entire audience who watched it. So congratulations on your highly anticipated marketing video. And I understand that it's gone viral. So how long, my question is, how long did it take you to complete it? It's awesome. And what type of feedback are you receiving on it? And where can everyone get a copy of that video?
It's on my LinkedIn and Facebook, and it took me 20 years to get it done.
Oh, wow.
I want to say, you know, just to be able to have all of those people say, you know, all those comments towards us, to the company, to the employees, just to be able to cultivate that new culture from before to now. We've had our trials and have been able to overcome them, and to get to this point in life and say, okay, you know what? I've experienced all of that, but I'm a better human being now, has really made a huge difference in my business. So, you know,
and I love
you can go to my LinkedIn or Facebook and to find that information.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. I love the name Picasso and the way you came up with it. It's very, I love that. So this next question is going to be for everyone. Why did you choose to become a business owner, or what motivated you to become a business owner? Let's start this here with Jolene. Joe, you'll let the ladies go first, I'm sure, so we'll come wrap it up with you.
Well, this question is always tough for me because I really never decided I'm going to be a business owner.
Oh, wow.
Growing up, my parents had a business that I helped them manage at a very young age. So I guess those skill sets had already been instilled in me. But in my culture and in my family, you're always encouraged to go to school, to become a doctor, to become an engineer, to become an accountant, so that you can gain employment. It's never been so you can have your own business. So that was really not part of my thinking process. But I think Elizabeth said it best in her video, where you say you started a business for the necessity of taking care of your kids and your family. And pretty much that's where I found myself in. And I found myself in a situation where I needed to swim or sink. I needed to swim to survive. And I did that. And at that point of time, what came naturally to me was to start the business and then continue doing what I already knew how to do, but in the area that I was in. So starting a business and carrying on with the business just came naturally when I found myself in a situation where I needed to do so. So I cannot sit here and say that I planned it out. I had a business plan and everything went exactly the way I planned it out. No, it wasn't that. I think in the course of being me and in the course of since when I was employed, I surrounded myself with people that were good people. They were uplifting people. They were encouraging people. So when it got to a point where I was like, oh, I need to make a change in my life, one person said, have you ever thought of, you already have this skill set and you do it so well. Have you ever thought of going on your own or just finding your own clients? That was something, a seed that was planted in my head. And I'm like, maybe I could, but no, I will not, because I have responsibilities and owning a business is very, very difficult, right? We all know that. Then a few months later, a few weeks later, somebody else, another good person in my surrounding, mentioned, hey, if you did this, it would be something else would come out of it, like just encouragement for people around me. And me being the person that I am, I prayed about it, I executed, and Akari was born. So I cannot say that it was a planned instinct. It was being at the right place at the right time with the skill sets that you already have and just looking for opportunities and executing opportunities. I had already been doing what my business is doing. I'd already been doing that. So now it was just a matter of how do I package that and sell it to clients.
Yes. Wow, that is amazing. And I would only imagine how many people by you executing that plan and by you following through and being obedient to your goals and dreams, how many other people did you inspire, to start their businesses? So that's absolutely incredible because when you let your own light shine, it gives others permission to do the same. So I love that. Thank you so much for that. Elizabeth? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there
Sorry,
you
it
go.
took me a second. There. You know, I would say, I've met several people that have started their business for one instance or another, maybe even it's been a part of the family and now you're kind of thrown into it. I would say there's not a form or shape or an idea of how a business is supposed to be, started. I guess if you as an owner have the passion and you just, foresee to say, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to make it better, or I want to try this, I want to try that. It does really take a lot of guts and to follow your instinct. And if that is something that you want to go for, and it is very scary, you have no idea how you're going to, wake up the next day. But if you just trust in yourself and put yourself in God's hands, I think it will work out. And so, I did my business because I needed to provide for my kids. My parents did a wonderful job, providing for me. They gave me the best education that I could have. But, I only finished high school, but I wanted my kids to go on to college. And I thought that was unobtainable because we didn't have the economic background to be able to accomplish that. And so I wanted to make a difference. And two of my kids have already graduated from college, so I've got two more to go. But whatever drives you internally is what, is going to keep your business going.
Yes, yes, yes. That's amazing. And you demonstrated that in your video. We all watched and listened. Just sounds like just a young girl determined 20 years ago, just determined to start her business. And look where you are now, 20 years later. I'm going to watch that video another 3 times today. I promise you that.
Thank you.
And Joe, we're going to round it up here with our king. Joe, what made you want to start your business, or what motivated you?
Yes, I used to work for a big company. Yes, ma'am. I used to work for a big company, MCI, and then there was a small company, a startup company owned by Dennis Rodman, the Rodman Construction Company out of Frisco. They wanted to start up a small business in the telecom world. And so I was recruited, one of the first people to help run that new company. And we were very successful for the first couple of years. And so I basically grew, out of 4 people, I grew the company to over 100 employees, and very, very successful in the early 2000s. And so we continued that, but 9/11 hit and it affected a lot of our business. And so one of the hardest things to do was lay off our people. I didn't believe in that. I just felt that we've got to retain our people, do whatever we can. I mean, we were very, very successful. And we started laying off people, and then eventually got to me where, we're gonna have to do some pay cuts. And so that's really what pushed me. I had a newborn. My son was 1 year old. We had just bought a new house, had a new car payment and those kind of things. So taking a big pay cut was very, very hard for us. I couldn't sustain the payments. And so I went home one night, my in-laws were in from out of town. And I had to explain to them that, hey, this is what's happening. And they basically had, kind of encouraged me that, Joe, you can't do that. I mean, I helped build that company. And, it was a big, hard change for us. And they kind of motivated me to start my own business. So I kind of, I took their word for it, and I resigned, and the people I worked for didn't want me to resign. They said, you know what, we need you. What can we do? And I said, well, it's really about the money. I can't survive. and they told me they couldn't, help me with that. And so, this decision was made for me to start my own business, and starting out was very difficult. I had a $500 credit card and two other ones with $1,000 limit. And so, and I had no clue right now how to run a business. I knew how to run a department, but not a new company. So it was very challenging, but one by one, we did it the old fashioned way. I met a customer who had a need. And so we exclusively worked for him. From there, he gave me more work, and then we ended up doing a lot of work for them. And starting up is very difficult. It was lowest paid, pay when paid. And, there's all the documentation and paperwork, but I recruited my brother and a friend of ours that I knew previously. From there, a lot of the people that were laid off started reaching out to me. So, little by little, we started our business, and that's basically how I got started with 9/11, which had some effects after that, and then we pushed me into starting my own business. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe. That's very powerful. And as we have wind down, because we're running out of time in our particular workshop, but I wish this could go on for a whole nother hour because it's such great information. But let me just change the direction as we wrap up here and ask this question, because I feel like this is as equally as important. How do you support your local community? And Joe, let's just start with you this time, and then we'll take it to the ladies as we wrap this up. Or did you go back on mute? No, you're not on mute.
Okay. Well, I joined the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I don't think so. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. He may be having some technical
issues. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you. So while you work
that
out.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I'm having some internet issues, but I'm involved. I'm serve on the board of directors for the. Okay.
We may have, I think we may have lost him. He was having some internet connections. So Elizabeth, what about you? How do you support the local community?
So I'm involved in the nonprofit organizations and just try to put programs out there that will help others grow. Or when I see the necessity, I always say my doors are always open, for anybody that needs guidance or help. And just last year, I had over like 52 meetings with subcontractors that would come and ask me questions like, how do I do a pay up? How do I go look for bids? And so I Hispanic Contractors Association with their business development, and we created a class in January to accommodate 10 contractors to guide them how to do business with the ISCGCs, holding their hands, because sometimes we just need somebody to give us an opportunity or show us the path. And so do that. And then, with Luna Awards every year, recognizing the women in construction, from administrators to business owners, all types of areas, even the actual workers. Just those little things that will empower more people and motivate them to keep going, because you never know when somebody's at a downfall. There is somebody else that has been there, done that, and just kind of share those stories and those experiences with the public has really resonated with me a lot when I post something, because I post probably everything and too much out there. But people call me and text me, and he's like, hey, you know what? I just went through that, or, I'm going through that currently, and just kind of lift one person at a time. I believe if I can help one person one day, it's made, the whole year, the whole, decade. So that's what I try to do.
Thank you. And that's important that you support the local community. It sounds like you do a lot more, and that is absolutely amazing. And that's very powerful. Joe, we did lose you for a moment. I know you said you served on the board of directors for Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Did you have something else you wanted to add to that as far as how you serve your local community?
Yes, ma'am. We're getting very involved with two children's organizations here locally in Dallas, and it's about helping the needy, right? So we do a lot of fundraisers company-wide, and then we do a lot of participation and volunteering, and really to help with funding to help them support, the children that are less fortunate than us. So very, very involved with that, and able to try to make a difference for some of the
Awesome.
children in a local community here in Dallas.
That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that. And Miss Jolene?
Yes, giving back to the community is something that I value very much. I give back to the community by monetary means as well as my time and giving education back to the community. So for instance, I belong to all the chambers and contractors associations, the major ones that we know of in our construction industry. I volunteer with them as well. Provide sponsorships as well. Whenever there is a drive to provide back to the community, that's one thing I love doing. For instance, with the Dallas Independent School District MWB department, they have back to school backpack drive every year. And I've been participating in that for many years. And I think the biggest one we did was last year. Yeah, last year when we provided, I can't remember if it was 100 or 200 backpacks full with supplies, all needed, that would go back to sponsor some kids in several schools at the ISD. So we love doing that. In addition to that, I serve on many boards and foundations in my local community, as well as in the DFW as a whole. I'm involved with every year, several times a year, I go to the Dallas Community College as well as Tarrant County Community College to talk to young women that are in the construction or engineering or architectural classes, and just talk to them. I let them ask questions, give them guidance. In addition to that, we do hire some interns that would come in, paid interns that we come and help them learn the industry, and we've even hired a few of them. So there are many ways of giving back to the community that I'm involved with. I'm involved with Women in Philanthropy in Arlington, that we give back to different organizations, nonprofit organizations in Arlington. So I believe in giving back, and I love doing it, and I love seeing the faces of the families or the people that we impact. Thank you.
Wow. That is big. That is huge. I mean, all three of you collectively, what you do for your community, it speaks volumes in terms of really who you are and how you really feel about your community and paying it forward. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Again, I wish we could go on forever, for a lot longer. I'm pretty sure there's all types of questions in the chat that you can maybe look at throughout the duration of the conference. But I thank you all, and I'm pretty sure I speak for every single attendee on this conference when I say thank you, thank you, thank you for your wisdom and your knowledge, and just being open and willing to share that great information with everyone. So I'm going to turn it back over to Stephanie. She's probably going to do some raffles. My name is Denise Banks. I am with the Greater Southwest Black Chamber of Commerce with our president, Mr. Larry Hall. We appreciate everything, the strategic partnerships with DISD, incredible conference. And I'm now going to turn it back to Stephanie so I can continue to take notes and learn so that I can grow more. Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Denise, and this amazing panel. You guys are so amazing. So before we go, though, I did see one question specifically for Elizabeth, really quickly. So for Elizabeth, starting out, how were you able to successfully manage both a business owner and mother? What advice would you offer to woman-owned businesses with very limited resource sources that are struggling in the area of business life balance? 2 seconds, Elizabeth.
I was trying to answer it on there, trying to type it as I was going. The quality of time is so important. Just going outside to your backyard and kicking the ball with my 2 kiddos, right now, or just making sure that I can take them one time a week to a soccer practice, make sure that I attend their recitals, or piano, but just you know, going out, sitting on the couch. Sometimes I don't have time to go to the movies. So just sitting at home, making some popcorn and watching a good movie. I do like to go back to whatever I like, you know, like the old movies, Lassie, The Little Mermaid, and just, you know, kind of give them a feel of who you were when you're young, you know, that kind of thing where I try not to let them be on electronics as much when I'm around, because the quality of time is essential, and just to create those little memories. And then I do bring my kiddos to work when over the summer whenever I can. One of the things that I do try to instill is that I teach them what I know. Andrew, that is 8, he now knows how to do takeoffs in our Plan Swift, you know, and people are like, well, you know, he's just 10. Well, you know what? That is some knowledge that he's going to take forward and he'll remember and use it to his benefit. But those little things, you know, my older kids now, like, Mom, you taught me how to network, how not to be embarrassed. And so those are things that they hold real close to themselves. So just, you know, taking little things that you think, cooking at home together, you know, making little pancakes or whatever. I think that kind of balances a little bit of your personal, and not always, you know, feel like a workaholic mom that we all can be, is what I recommend.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So essentially, it's like transferring the knowledge that you have onto your kids, as well as spending quality time. So I think I didn't see any additional questions in the chat or in the Q&A. So you guys, please feel free to connect with any of our panelists on social media. They are available on social media. And I want to thank all of you, Elizabeth Ponce, Jolene Wasongo, and Joe Reyes, for joining us today for an amazing panelist. And I don't know if you guys saw all of the amazing positive comments that were in the chat about your particular session. So I want to thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for sharing your story with us. And again, for those of you who are watching, you can catch this on our Facebook Live and on our Facebook page, as well as connect with our panelists on social media. So thank you guys so much. And as Denise mentioned earlier, we're now about to give away some prizes. So who doesn't like prizes, right? So let's go ahead and get started with that. Now, in order for you guys to win, I have to let you know you have to be present.
Good morning, everybody. So we're getting ready to do the first of 4 door prizes that we're going to be doing today. We are going to have a grand prize at the end of the programming today, after all the inspirational lectures that we're getting today. And that door prize is going to be a set of tickets to the Wings, as well as a printer. And those are the grand prizes, which will be given at the end of today's programming. You must be present to win. But today we're going to, Ms. Belina Willis Smith and I are going to do the first drawing. Belina, we are going to be giving away 2 tickets to attend the Dallas-Fort Worth Minority Supplier Development Council Gala event. And so Ms. Stephanie Broughton is going to help us with the Wheel of Fortune. For those of you that are lucky, all your names have been put into this wheel, and the name of the winner will appear. Make sure that you let us know in the chat that you're here. If you're not here, we will give it away after a certain time. So Tia Jones, you're the first winner. Tia, if you are here, put your name in the chat and let us know that you are here. We'll do, what do you think, Belina? Should we give them 10 seconds or 20 seconds to put in their type, and then move on to the next person?
Yeah, that would be great, Sergio. However, let me interject that the tickets to the council's gala can range anywhere. This prize is approximately $350 in value, and it does kick off the season. If you've never been to the gala before, it is just a beautiful affair where everyone is dressed to the nines, and you get to see the E Award. So I just think it's a great event. And thank you to Margot Posey and her team for donating the 2 tickets to the gala. And it's normally held in November, so it does kick off the holiday season for us.
All right, but we need to hear from Tia. And Tia, you need to put in the chat that you are here. because you must be present to win for all of these prizes. And so let us know that you're here. We'll give you another 10 seconds. If not, we'll spin the wheel one more time. Does that sound good, Belina?
Yep, that'll work. Oh, there, looks like there she is. No,
Okay.
no, wait,
Yeah.
wait. I didn't read that right. Tia, if you're here. I'm not seeing where she said anything unless I'm overlooking it.
All right, so we'll do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's spin that wheel one more time, Stephanie. One more time. Tia was not here, so we're going to spin it one more time. Remember, you have to be present to win, and you have to let us know in the chat that you are here. So Vicky Makuria, Vicky, are you here today?
And if you guys
All
would
right,
just
I see
kind of
Vicky's here. Vicky's here. All right. So Vicky, we will be please put your email information, and we will get in touch with you to get those tickets to you. Congratulations, Vicky.
Yay,
And
Vicky.
that's it for the first draw. We'll pass it back to you, Stephanie.
Awesome. So congratulations, Vicky, on being a winner. And as Belina indicated, this is an amazing prize and worth, great value. So congratulations to that. We're going to continue on with the conference. And thank you guys so much for continuing to hang out with us and join us as we go through this amazing conference. And now this is such an amazing session here, the marketing session. What I want to do is go ahead and prep you guys for this session by asking you to go to either scan the QR code with your phone on the screen or go to menti.com and enter code 7135000. This particular session will be moderated by Angela Alexander. Ms. Alexander is the Executive Director of the North Central Texas Regional Certification Agency, NCTRCA. She has a proven track record of successfully spearheading transformative initiatives across diverse industries. She is a seasoned leader with global reach and recognized as one of the top 50 women leaders in Dallas, a testament to her exceptional leadership and commitment to excellence. Angela?
Good morning. Good morning. It is such a privilege to be here at my first 2024 Knowledge is Power conference. I am incredibly excited. I'm most excited to be a moderator for this particular segment, which I hold near and dear. And I always say to be relevant, you must be evident, which means that to have a sustainable business, people need to know that you're here and the gifts that you bring to the world. And I am pleased and privileged to bring you K Strategies, which is an award-winning marketing and public relations firm serving clients across Texas for over 20 years. Today, we are joined by their award-winning marketing team, Vice President Will Murphy, and NPR Manager Christine Sweet. William Murphy is an award-winning marketing and media expert, bringing over more than 20 years of experience in branding, public relations, media, community outreach, marketing, digital media, and event planning. He successfully builds connections and engagement with clients, target audiences, and stakeholder groups using broad ranges of communication tools. And he's also joined by Christine Sweet. She's a designation marketing expert with global experience. We are pleased to have her here as she's working with destinations like Dubai and Los Cobos, and she's passionate about working hand in hand with clients to develop executive strategy, brands, and marketing campaigns. So in this segment here, we are going to learn exciting elements of marketing, from structuring marketing plans, business practices and strategies, social media presence, and as recipients of multiple vendor awards, we are going to glean from this esteemed panel on how you can leverage marketing tools and strategies for your business. So I welcome K Strategies.
Good morning, Angela. Thank you so much for that great welcome and introduction. We really appreciate you. Good morning, everybody. If you're sitting in your chair right now, give yourself a hug for me. Clap your hands and say, I'm a winner. I can't hear you. It doesn't matter. You know it yourself that you're a winner, and we're going to show you how to win even more. We're really excited this morning, and we're about to bring a lot of energy. So if you didn't have any energy and you don't have your coffee, grab your water, get ready. You're going to need it, because when we get through, you're going to have to take a drink and say, wow, that was great. All right, now, as she said, I'm Will Murphy. I'm here with my colleague, Christine Sweet. We are K Strategies, founded over 2 decades ago. We have over 20 employees, won over 50 awards. We've done over 100 plus projects in the market. And recently, we've been selected by Dallas Business Journal as one of the top marketing and PR firms in the DFW area, as well as, and most proud of, we are a minority, women-owned, veteran-owned business. And our CEO, Katrina Keys, is well-known in the community, and we're excited to be a part of a wonderful team to serve Dallas and their surrounding areas, but most importantly, Dallas ISD. So at this time, I think they gave you the connection to get on. We're going to ask you all a few questions, and since we can't hear you, we're going to do an interactive piece. It's really important that you participate in this interactive piece. Now, I know a lot of you, when you get on a session like this, you say, oh, I can't use my phone. This time you get to use your phone, except for you won't be on social media. You'll be interacting with us. And then we're going to teach you some really key things about how to get noticed and how to get out there. Because I know everybody on this call wants some business, right? All right, here we go. Let's get started. When you're in, I want you to hit that little thumbs up button at the bottom so we can see that you're in. Now, there's over 200 plus people, and I'm proud to be a part of this. There's over 200 plus people, and I want to see 200 plus little thumbs go waving in the area in the next 30 seconds. And while y'all are coming on, I want to say some special words and thanks to Elizabeth, Jolynn, and Joe for those encouraging words y'all gave in the last session. There's nothing more motivating than to see and be around winners. And I love being around winners, and I'm sure everybody on this call loves being around a winner. And the stories you told today were earth-shattering. They remind us of why we need marketing, because those stories are the stories we get to tell once we have a great marketing platform and great ideas. And so as we go through this, we're going to teach you how to tell great stories. The video was good. We're going to teach you how to make that video just right so your business can be in the lights, on TV, and different places where people say, hey, I've heard of them. I want to do business with them. And they get excited when they hear your name. All right, I see about 45 people. We still got a little bit to go. I want everybody participating. Every business owner, I need you to participate. If you own a business, if you have an LLC, a DBA, whatever your situation is, just got started, not sure what you want to do, I need you to participate right now. Get involved. Get those. There you go. I see those thumbs coming up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I need to get to 100 really, really fast. Like it was an auction and I was about to give away $1 million and everybody wanted to get $1 million. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're almost at 80. Come on, y'all. Let's get in here. Let's get in here. We only have a little bit of time. Don't waste it. Let's go. Remember, your moment comes when you achieve what you want to achieve and when you go after it. But if you don't go after it, you can't get your moment. We're trying to give you a moment right now. Everybody, come on, look at those hands. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is marketing right here. This is marketing excitement. This is getting people rallied and fired up about what you do. This is how it's done. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start the presentation and we're going to ask you the first question. I want everybody to chime in. What you say on this question is so important. There's somebody next to you on this call that's going to say, man, I wish I'd have known that. I wish I'd have had that moment. Elizabeth Ponce's story got me fired up, reminded me why I need to get up every day and motivate somebody else to get them inspired. So the first question I want you to answer is, what do you want your marketing to do for your business? I need you to be honest. What do you want your marketing to do for your business? If I don't know what you want to do, I can't help you. You got to know what you want to do. If you don't know what you want to do, you can't help yourself. So let's get started, y'all. Put some answers there. Let's see what we have. I want everybody to pay close attention to the things we see. The common bond here. We want to increase our visibility, help get clients. If you want clients, I want you to hit that little thumbs up button. Somebody who wants clients, hit that thumbs up button so we know you want clients. There you go. Look at all those hands coming up. Dallas ISD is watching. They want to give you an opportunity. They need to know you want a client. Bring me quality clients. How many times have we seen the word clients on here? Increase awareness, more clients. I need marketing to help me grow individual donors. Somebody has a nonprofit. They want to raise some money for their nonprofit so they can go out and help the community. That's what marketing does. Marketing creates transformation, change. And that's what we're going to do as we go through this. Look at that, brand awareness, grow clients, grow clients. See, everybody, we all have a common bond, a common objective. And that's one of the things we also note in marketing is it pulls us together for the right reasons so we can serve each other. Service is the price we pay for the great things that God has given us. And here we are today about to serve you in a marketing capacity. Bring business to my company, keep manufacturing in the US, make a difference and serve, help my customers understand what we do. I love these answers. These are great answers. Bring opportunity to increase repeat customers. Repeat business. That is one of the number one ways you want to grow. Repeat business. We love that word. We're going to show you how to get repeat business and create a safe city from violent crime. If your overall mission is part of who your business is, you're more likely to succeed because your overall mission, when your overall mission is part of what your business is, you're more likely to succeed because you wake up every day with the passion of knowing that what you're about to do is part of what your purpose is. Remember that. All right, now I'm gonna let Christine Sweet take over for a few minutes and we're gonna get into some nitty gritty about some things we wanna know.
Well, good morning. It's a pleasure to be connected with everyone here. So we want to dive in and really start reflecting on our businesses as entrepreneurs and who are your customers and starting to identify who you are joining us on the call. So are you working and trying to market towards other businesses? So are you B2B? Or are you trying to win government bids and opportunities and working with city institutions or government institutions? Or are you selling direct to consumers and the public? You have a product or a service that you're wanting to connect directly to people. Or perhaps you're running some other type of business and have a different customer that we don't know about. So let us know here, and we want to dive into knowing who is joining us today.
Now we're gonna give y'all about 30 more seconds because we want to see where are you trying to go for business? 30 more seconds on this. Come on, y'all, sense of urgency. Let's go.
All right, we're going to move on to our next question of reflection about your business and what are you doing for marketing and communications? So are you currently using email marketing, social media? Do you have an engaging website? Are you paying for advertising across radio or using TV? Or do you use outdoor billboards and displays? Are you currently not doing any paid marketing or putting in effort behind marketing initiatives? Let us know so we can talk about it today.
One of the things that's exciting about this slide is you may look at this slide and suddenly realize there's some things you aren't doing that you could be doing. There's other areas where you could be marketing and getting the word out and sending the message out about who you are, and you're not there. Look at the key places where people are: social media, email, and websites. Those are the key 3 places where people are, and there's about 9 people, they haven't done any marketing yet. They've got some other strategy that they're using in order to get business, or they may not be getting business. But today, because of this slide, you're going to inspire somebody to know that maybe social media might work for me. Maybe email campaigns might work for me. I definitely have a website. Every business should have a website. But then what about these categories out to the left? These are ones that we see lower numbers on. Why? These are other tools, and we're going to show you why you need to be in some of those tools as well and how to get there.
And so when thinking about your marketing efforts that we just saw here, how would you say they're working out for you? Do you feel like your marketing efforts are really working, so then you'll lean on over to the strongly agree? Or do you feel like there's opportunity to grow and maximize the way you connect with potential customers and clients? And then that would be where you're leaning to strongly disagree. So are your marketing efforts working? Let us know so we can talk about it today and show you our 4 steps for marketing success.
So one of the things we're seeing here is that marketing efforts are challenging, and that sometimes you may put out the best idea in marketing, you may deliver the best message that you can, but it may not be the thing that's going to work for you, and you may have to consider some other approach. And so our marketing efforts here across the board, as we're seeing these numbers, and I want more people to participate, this is really important because we want to see overall how the marketing efforts working for you guys in our area. And this is so, so important. And we can see that this is kind of leaning toward the left, that's saying, hey, you know what? My marketing efforts may not be working the way I need them to. And I would love to hear more of y'all stories at the end. We got a QR code where you can connect with us and talk about different ways and other things you need to do. We're going to have that available for you at the end. Let's go to the next slide, sweetie. Let's get this show started. So what we're going to do is talk about 4 steps. Now, you know what? We could talk for probably 2 or 3 hours about marketing opportunities and ways to get yourself out there and what you can do to be successful. But we only have about 30 minutes and a Q&A. And I want to make sure we get to as many of your questions as possible. So we're going to start with just the 4 key steps we think will really help you. And you probably never even thought about this before you do anything else. These 4 things be in place. All right, let's go. Now, the first thing is you have to answer why. Some of you have seen this van in your neighborhood, on TV, and different commercials. So how many of you probably have heard this jingle, 1-800, I'm going to try to sing it. 1-800-STEAMER, Stanley Steamer gets carpet cleaner. Now, why is that great? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Last year, Stanley Steamer made $750 million in revenue. That's right, $750 million. You probably looked at a commercial a whole different way now. But here's the thing that's interesting about that statement. Each line tells you why you need to work for them or work with them. Each line tells you why. The first line tells you how to reach them. The second line tells you who they are. And a third line tells you exactly what they do. That's an amazing opportunity right there. How many of you have a statement like this that says, here's how to reach me, here's who I am, and here's what I do? These 3 things are the key to your why, because these are the reason why someone should pick you. Let's go to the next slide. So I'm going to offer you a little bit of a marketing piece. Some would have one opinion about it and others would have another. But remember, this company made $750 million last year. What did they do well on this flyer? Somebody, y'all just start chiming in. What did they do well on this flyer? In your opinion, what did they do well? What did they do well? Tell us. Make sure you use your phone. Make sure you use your phone to respond. I wish I could get into the chat, but there's 100 different messages in the chat, y'all. I won't be able to see even a third of them. Make sure you respond by your phone. There you go. They give pricing. That's right. How can a person work with you if they don't know how much it costs? They give discounts. Now, I don't know if that's perfect, but it might be right for this business because the volume that they need is so high. They have a promo code that you can get to know what they do and what's being offered. Answer the why, where they say answer the why in huge font up top. That's right. Whoever wrote that, I'm just going to give you a high five. Bam. What they wrote right at the top. A cleaner home is a healthier home. Since the pandemic, there are certain things that in the media get more attention than others. And talking about cleanliness and opportunity to be safe and healthy, that gets people's attention. Now, how can you help someone? That's what that statement tells you. It tells you exactly how they can help you. They're going to make your life better when you spend $39 per room. Your life is going to be better. It's going to be, you have a cleaner home and a healthier home because you spent $39. Y'all see where I'm going with this? If you do, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Let me know you see where I'm going with this. Now, some would say, that, but the way it looks, Will, it's so crowded. It has so much on it. You're right. It does. But for this particular industry, those things are important. So understand that there's no such thing as a cookie cutter flyer or a cookie cutter promotion. Your promotion has to get you out there in the way that you best serve your community. And so here you can see really clearly. They tell you how they're going to help you. They tell you what they can do for you, and they tell you how to reach them. What's so important about that? I just told you how I can help you be better as a business. I offered my service to make you better. That's great marketing. I told you how much it would cost and how I could get more value for you per room. That's great marketing, because I'm still talking about you. I'm not talking about me per se. I'm only telling you what I offer. But in this, I'm telling you what I can do for you. When you do your proposals, when you do certain things in order to get new business, you got to tell that business what you can do for them. You can't sit there and say, well, we did 100 different roofs last year. That's great. But what about the roof on the new school at Dallas ISD that needs to be built for kids to have a better environment and to learn? That's what you want to say. Not that we did 100 roofs, but we did 100 roofs to prepare ourselves for the next roof for Dallas ISD schools. All right, so here we go. A couple more. It may be crowded, but there you go. Give me that last one. That's all right. That's all right. We got plenty of them. And we'll also provide this PDF so y'all can read it afterwards. So you can know some of the answers that were there and align with some of the things that you see. But like I said, these things are really important. The other thing is, I bet when you see that van pull up to your house, you're going to recognize it, right? Hey, what about your van? What about your truck? Will people recognize your business from your automobile? This is all marketing. This is all marketing. All things that are within your span of control. So you can't control how many people go to your social media. You can't control how many people, read your email, but you can put your name on the side of your business truck and you can drive it around town. You can't control the number of eyeballs that see it, but if it looks good enough, I guarantee you at least one person will see it and they might even give you a call. Those are all ways that you market naturally around what you do and part of your business. Let's go to the next slide.
So building a great brand image is our second in our four steps for marketing success. And how do you build your brand image? When you look at the 4 icons below, these are iconic brands. And how they become iconic is because they deliver consistency. They're memorable. And these are the types of winning brands that you want to look towards and align yourself with. So when thinking about your business, are you consistently showing off the same icon? Like what Will was just saying about Stanley Seymour, when they pull up to your house, it's the same vehicle that you saw in their ad online and that you heard the jingle of their phone number. Everything is consistently giving you the message about who they are and their services. But also too, these icons and your brands also represent who you are and your values. So are you reliable? Are you consistent? These are things that brand and branding represents. For example, if you go to McDonald's down the street here in Dallas, you'll get the same Big Mac that you'll find across the globe all the way over in Paris. And that is part of the brand consistency and being able to deliver on that promise of you as a company and as a brand. And so a project that we've been really proud and excited to work on is that we're building a national brand with the National Juneteenth Museum being built in Fort Worth. And within the last 2 years, we've been establishing them using consistent messaging, consistent iconography, and putting out very strategic stories to help build their credibility as they're on a $70 million fundraising campaign to build the museum and the development project. And in under 2 years, they've already achieved the halfway mark in their fundraising goal because they are delivering a strong message, a strong brand, and building consistency in their buy-in and attracting corporate donors, supporters, and government funding to the project because they want to align with this brand, this message, and this vision. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Will for number 3.
So guys, let's look at eye-catching, fast response. What does that mean? You want to have some things that are eye-catching and you want to respond quickly. You don't want to have someone sit around for days waiting to hear back from you. Oh, I reached out to Case Strategies, but I haven't heard from them. If that's the case, and that means that tool is not working for you, and you want to find out really quickly if your tools are working for you. So just like you saw on the side of that truck, he had a phone number. If that phone number is the best tool that works for you and it gets the most calls, use it. Here's 4 that we suggest. And I want to say this to you. It's really important. There's a scripture that says, anywhere you place your feet, I'll give it to you. Many of you have stepped out on faith. You have put your feet on the ground and you're ready to receive. So if you're ready to receive, what you got to do is create something eye-catching that people can come to you and say, I want to receive what you're offering. I want to work with you and do business. So these 4 things are 4 that we encourage. And the reason why we encourage them is because you can't be the best at everything. There's people on 4 or 5 different social media platforms, and I promise you, they can't keep up or they're sending the same message to each platform. But platforms like social media are built for different audiences. So I can't put my $1 million smile on every single one with the exact same story and expect for people to react the exact same. They just won't. And so these are places where you can customize something, get the response, react, and connect with them really quickly. Now, I saw at the very beginning, many of you have a website. But does your website really work for you? Or is it just a static page that people can go to and say, oh yeah, that's John Doe Business. Great, not good. What you want your website to do is to create opportunities for you, either by people looking at it and saying, I need to call them, or having a call to action at the front of your website. Many of you will find as soon as y'all get off this call and y'all go to kstrategies.com, I'm gonna say that one more time. As soon as you get off this call and y'all go to kstrategies.com, you're gonna see a pop-up that says, we wanna do business with you. The reason why we do that is to give you an opportunity to say, hey, K Strategies, I saw you today, would love to do X, Y, and Z, and help us understand what kind of stuff you're doing. The next thing is, if you're going to use social media, make sure you're telling great stories. I heard Elizabeth say something about doing, different things on social media, and I know Jolene, I've seen her all over the place, and she's excellent. But she takes great pictures, she posts them, people see her, and they know, hey, that's Jolene, she's in the community. Put yourself out there, but use your social media to tell your story. And then there's a gentleman named Jimmy Porch. I see him talking about roofs. Jimmy has told us how his story of elevating his business in roofing has gotten better and better. And so when you see those type of stories, people are encouraged to do business with you because they'll say, well, wait a minute, if the business is getting better and better, that means they must be doing some pretty good work. Because if the business wasn't getting better and better, it was getting worse and worse, that means they're not doing great work. You see what I'm saying? The story has to be compelling, that leads them and drives them and draws them to you to want to do business with you. Last thing is I am a firm believer in great public relations. And some people think that public relations is hugging necks and kissing babies. But public relations is a whole lot more than that. Public relations is letting the media tell your story. Yes, Jimmy, I shouted out to you. I see you out there. Thank you for being there, buddy. Public relations elevates you to places you can't go. Even with social media, there's one thing I always have to tell a lot of our clients. You can post every single day, but every time you post, it is a controlled environment. Meaning, if social media decides that today you're only going to reach 5 people, today you will only reach 5 people. And tomorrow, if social media decides you're going to reach 10, you will only reach 10 unless you pull out your wallet. And even when you pull out your wallet, you still have no control. You will not reach as many people as you want to. What public relations does is it tells the media, it tells the public, it tells everyone your story. So one of the things we'll show you in just a second is we've had great success with telling great morning stories. There are stories that you see on the news that come from us. Our name is not written on it. We supply it to the news. Our client provides it, and it's a 3-way connection, and it works. And those stories are stories they want to tell because everybody is proud of Dallas. Everybody is proud of Dallas, and we want to tell our story. And so we use that as a tool to help tell those great stories. Now, here's the thing I'll tell you. Not everyone can do public relations. Don't let them fool you into thinking they can just throw a press release out there and it's going to win. It doesn't work that way. It takes years of practice, understanding, connections, and making good relationships with people in the community. I want to make sure that all y'all know that. You're on this today, but remember, your relationships in the community are also important. And what Dallas ISD offers is the opportunity to make great relationships, not only in business, but in education. And so the more you get involved, the more things you do, the more opportunity people get to see you in a community where you do business and you make lives better and you transform lives. And that's the other thing about great public relations is it tells a story about transformation. And stories of transformation get people excited about wanting to do business with you. So I'm going to start this first part of this. I'm going to let Sweet tell the back end of it. This is a story recently helped put out there. It's about a library in a park in Cedar Hill, Texas. And one of the things I'll tell you was really exciting. We worked for this project for about 3 months, helping them to tell a compelling story about a unique concept of placing a library, a park, an event center, and a museum all in one structure. And it's one of the most beautiful structures in North Texas, especially in the southern sector where there's hills and mountains. It overlooks trees. It's absolutely beautiful. So here they are in Cedar Hill needing to tell the story. One of the things we recognized very early is that we needed to help Cedar Hill tell this story well. So what were the outcomes? What were the results? Well, we'll tell you. The biggest one was the first day that the library opened, over 6,000 people showed up for the grand opening. Let me pause for a second and let y'all hit that button at the bottom where the thumbs up goes, because 6,000 people showed up at the library. Hello. The reason why 6,000 people showed up, it wasn't because of us, it was because of the story. It was a compelling story of transformation in the community. Not only did they have 6,000 people show up, but Christine Sweet's about to tell you the detail of how the media got excited about it and even came to Cedar Hill. Some media came to Cedar Hill that had never been to Cedar Hill before because of the library. Sweet, go ahead, tell them some more.
So being known for what you do comes across in different ways. And so part of that is really galvanizing your fans. And in this case, with the city of Cedar Hill, they have such a strong community, and this was truly a community-built project. So what we got to do was being able to amplify those voices and really strategically tell the story about how this was a community-built project that's going to transform the southern sector. And the news got excited, and the media showed up when we had our pre-media tour at 6 a.m. and they ran the story all throughout the day. And ever since, there's been different publications from. This is a very dynamic space. It's an event venue, it's a park, it's a library, there's a podcast recording studio. There's so many unique elements to engage with and to tell the story about. And so we've been receiving responses from wedding and event venue publications to the morning news teams to, life and culture bloggers that want to come out and show mommy blogs how to spend, some family time with their kids out at the library in the park. And so we've been very strategic about putting out specific narratives that will connect with different target audiences while really cultivating that relationship and storytelling from the community. And with that,
guys, go ahead, Sweet.
Oh, yeah. And so just with that, in only 3 months' time to grand opening, we had 57 mentions in the media about the Library in the Park project. And that, to the power of what Will was mentioning earlier about public relations versus social media, those 57 stories reached over 20 million readers across the internet and then were recycled across social media platforms. So that's truly the power of public relations and storytelling using media, TV, newspapers, magazine publications, is that you get to tap into those audiences that are loyal to the type of content that you're bringing to them.
And to all librarians, I want y'all to notice 350 library cards in the first day. How many of you have recently gotten a library card? 350 library cards the first day, first hour of opening. This was an amazing moment for this city. Also, too, the magazine publication you see there was so excited that we were going to do something with them. They said, hey, you know what? You guys go ahead and design your own page. Now, why is that exciting? Because they gave us room to lay out for our client their message in the way they needed it to be told. And they gave us free reign to go in and do it. And that publication goes to 50,000+ different people inside of the southern sector, exactly where the library is going to be. So we were able to carve out a unique circle of support and an ecosystem to make this a beautiful event and an amazing, successful launch.
And so now we're going to wrap things up with a few minutes to spare and want to make sure that we remember our 4 steps for marketing success that you can take home and start applying to your businesses and entrepreneurship that you're set out on your adventures for.
So here we are. The first one we said, answer the why. Tell them why they should pick you. Answer the why. Second one, build a great brand. A winning brand must be consistent and memorable. Hold on. If y'all have your phone right now, I want you to flip over to the photo and I want you to take a picture of this page. This is our gift to you. Third thing is eye-catching, fast response. Get their attention and respond fast. Last, be known for what you do. Tell great stories, win awards, make your clients raving fans, and gather testimonials that you can tell about all the ways you were able to transform and help communities.
Well, that is absolutely outstanding. We want to give applause and thank you to Mr. Will Murphy and Miss Christine Sweet. You cannot manufacture that energy. That is absolutely phenomenal. When we say K strategies, you have definitely given us some tools and resources to really 10x their marketing experience. So thank you so much for bringing that dynamic presentation, understanding your why, show people what you can do and why they should do it with you. So those are those nuggets that I know that I will take along with me, along with those eye-catching phrases and customizing, reacting, and responding, and be known for telling the story. So we really want to thank you, Will and Christine, for this phenomenal presentation. Thank you for providing those additional resources after the conference. And we are truly appreciative of the time that and the gifts and resources that you've given us today. We thank you so much. I turn it over to Miss Stephanie Broughton. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Angela. And thank you, Will and Christine. I'm telling you, that was such a wealth of information, and I'm pretty sure it got our attendees up in their seats. And I'm telling you, well, you have to be a pretty cool guy to have one L in your name when your name is Will. So, you know, and then of course we got Miss Sweet here. So I want to thank you guys so much for that amazing information. And we're going to continue on with the conference. We still have a little time left with you guys, and we want to go ahead and actually give away another prize. Let's do it.
That's right, Stephanie. It's that special time of the presentation here where we're going to do another prize, another door prize. Actually, we're going to do a couple of prizes, right, Belina? Are you there, Belina? I know you're there. But
I'm here.
We had a couple. We had one main announcement, Belina. What do we want to tell the audience? What do we tell our participants today?
Okay, so if you guys would, just out of respect for the winner, hold up on your congratulations and great job and glad you won, and allow that winner time to enter their information into the chat, because we're going cross-eyed trying to keep up with it. And so once the winner has put their information, then you can send all your hearts, your thumbs up, your hand claps, and everything else. Okay.
So, with that being said, Belina, and the rules of the game said here, we are actually going to do two giveaways in this segment right here. So the Greater Hispanic Dallas Chamber of Commerce has given us 2 tickets to their 85th year gala event. And so, you know, we're going to draw the name. Oh, looks like we've drawn one name already. Was that the draw already, Stephanie? It looks like it was. So
yes,
Michael,
that's for the first prize.
Okay, so the first prize, the 2 tickets to the Greater Hispanic Chamber of Commerce 85th year gala event. Michael Weiss, are you in the house? And if you are, put your name in the chat. Tell us that you are here and give us your email. So
and
we'll give you 20 seconds. We'll give you 20 seconds.
While we're waiting on Michael to put his information, the gala will be held on October the 4th at 6 p.m. at the Hilton Anatole. So again, another opportunity for you to dress up. And I see Michael has put his information in the chat. Thank you very much, Michael.
All right. Now listen, well, let's do the second. Before we say that, congratulations to our winners. The second prize is going to be a 1-year membership to the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So let's draw the name. So Enoch Chicas, are you in the house? Let's see. Let's go to the chat. Let's go to chat and we'll give you 20 seconds, Enoch. Let's see here. Where is Enoch? Enoch. We'll do the Jeopardy.
That looks like
All
a
right,
knock. Looks like a knock. Just okay, a knock. I know the president, Rick Ortiz, and the rest of the staff, Gabby, and along with their board, would look forward to you joining their membership. Yay!
Enoch, if you would please put your email in the chat. And congratulations. So again, don't go away because we will have more prizes at the 2 more segments. And the grand prize, of course, is at the end. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Awesome. So as you guys, we're giving away some amazing prizes. So you want to hang out with us. We still have more prizes to go. I know you guys have had a wealth of information. You've heard from a lot of people today. So we want to give your brain a little rest and give you the opportunity to go ahead and get a refreshing drink and take a 5-minute break. So we'll see you guys back here in 5 minutes.
program is there to encourage small business types, that is minority and women-owned business types, to do business with the district.
And this year they call it the big, right? Because it is big. I came this morning, I had to leave, I came back, I couldn't find parking.
The reason why it's important for business owners to come to an event like this is to network.
The networking.
Networking is one of the biggest cornerstones of this event, and I think that's what DISD has done it year after year.
You get a good picture of what's going on in Dallas ISD. A lot of times I don't think we toot our own horn enough. I think it's good to come out and kind of see the scope and magnitude of what we're doing. We think it's really awe-inspiring, and we're excited about it.
The biggest value in this is to meet new people and to, like I said, to remind, basically to show people who they need to talk to bid the work and meet and connect the dots for these programs.
So I love the fact that I could walk into rooms and connect with the program managers and meet architects. And in the corridors, I'm meeting the construction managers.
Some of the key factors that determine success between contractors and Dallas ISD is just building that relationship by being persistent and finding out what are some of the needs of DISD, what are we looking for in the big picture, and how they can better serve us in their capacity.
In addition to that, we conduct bond academies, because we've been told by different leaders of the regional contractors associations and certification agencies that a lot of companies, smaller companies, struggle with bonding and insurance.
The specific session I'm looking forward to was the bonding and insurance. I went into that just a second ago, and it was very informative.
Vendors go through our bidding and procurement process. I think it allows them to understand through these fireside chats how we work and basically what we're looking for. There's lots of information out there. Sometimes it's overwhelming, but it's good to hear like the key points that people are pointing out, especially hearing it from other vendors who have already went over that hump and have the work and have won work with DISD.
We want to make sure that all that starts with the guidelines of the organization to the point of implementing those guidelines in the field as they're conducting work here in Dallas ISD. So it's crucial that we have those in writing and also equally important to make sure that we translate those commitments in writing to the actual implementation of the work.
Yeah, so our collaboration with those contractors, we're definitely a supportive role in the maintenance side. So managing the large-scale scope of Dallas ISD is a job within itself. And so at any given time we have 100 projects going on that need to be done at those sites. So it's all about for us prioritizing.
So, we're an advocate for the small business persons that are in the construction arena. And we love the opportunity of seeing new and see companies grow. So new companies come in and see companies grow to a level that they never dreamed of. So that's our whole mission behind MWBE in the construction services arena.
All right. So hopefully you guys had the opportunity. That was a quick break, right? But hopefully you guys had the opportunity to kind of stand up for a few minutes, stretch out. And I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us, for this conference. We are set to end at 1 o'clock, and we're trying to make sure that you get all of the information that you are here to receive before we conclude with this particular conference. Now we want to continue on and introduce you guys to 3 amazing women in the supplier diversity space. And they're going to talk to you guys a little bit about the mentor protege program that each of their particular entities has. We're going to kick off with the Small Business Center over at City of Dallas with Shamika McCoy. She is the program coordinator in business and with the business inclusion and development over at the City of Dallas. And so, Shamika, you ready to get started?
Good morning, everyone. Having a little technical difficulties over here, but I hope you can hear me. I am Darcel Webb with UT Southwestern Medical Center, and I am here today to moderate the Mentor Protege program. So once again, it's been my pleasure to have been a part of this conference for almost 20 years. And what we want to talk about today is there's 3 different aspects of the types of mentor protege programs that you have. It's a topic that's generally not talked about very much, but today that's going to be our focus. And at the very end of our presentations, we will have a question and answer session. So first up is Ms. Tamika McCoy, MBA coordinator and accelerator for the Mentor Protege program. She joined the City of Dallas in the Small Business Center in December of 2023. So she's a newcomer to this, which probably has great experience here, because she says she brings over 10 years of experience in the small business development and marketing planning. And she has 2 degrees in business. Let's give her a hand clap of praise for that. But she says one of her favorite quotes is, "Marketing is my profession, people are my passion, and love is her superpower." So we welcome today with our enthusiastic Shamika to give us all her expertise in the art of their ecosystem at the City of Dallas that are growing on their Mentor Protege program. Shamika, take it away.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Darcel, thank you so much for that warm welcome. On behalf of the City of Dallas Small Business Center, I am extremely happy to be here today to present the Mentor Protege program. Business owners out in Dallas, this is a tremendous resource to you. And I'll be sharing with you throughout these slides the reason why. First of all, when you're in business, everything begins with a mission statement. The mission statement here at the Small Business Center Mentor Protege Program is to serve as a platform to foster growth. And I'm an interactive person as well. So give me some thumbs up in the chat as I'm speaking. If you have any questions, feel free to drop those as well. Is that it is extremely important that your business is growing. And here at the SBC, we want to nurture partnerships. And doing a mentor protege program, this is the excellent opportunity for you to increase your success opportunities and grow in your business. Next slide, please. So sharing with you a little bit specifically, how do we do this? How do business owners grow? And so what we do is we pair proteges, which are business owners who have not yet secured contracts with the city of Dallas, with mentors who have secured contracts either with the city of Dallas or other municipalities. And we pair these two together by providing professional guidance. Mentors are able to assess the business owners who are the proteges, the mentees. We ask them questions, dig deep with some of those things, and proteges are able to do the same. Sometimes I found it's very helpful to walk with a business owner who has more experience, perhaps who've already paved the way for where you're trying to go, and they're able to share some good nuggets. That's what I call them. I often think about gold, sometimes gold sparkles, but the nuggets of gold have a heavier value. And that's the way we see the business owners here. And objectively, our goal too is to increase contracts that are awarded. This is everybody's goal. We cannot guarantee that you will receive the contract, but we can guarantee that we will provide opportunities for you to go through workshops, training labs, and sessions to increase your knowledge base that will give you what's needed to help prepare you to land that contract. Next slide, please. And so this is how we do it. We've created this tier structural funnel to break down each level and how does it work. So it begins with, there was such a large, this second time around, it was 100 people that applied. Of that 100 people, 18 people were paired and selected. Paired means that you have a mentor, a qualified mentor, and a qualified protege paired together to work in this cohort. So it really means that we're working with 36 people. That's easy math, 18 times 2. And so each one of these tiers, perhaps you trying to identify which tier are you. So the pre-protege is the business owner who has not secured contracts with the city of Dallas through the approved agencies that are on the screen. And that's NCTRCA, DFW, MSDC, and the Women's Business Council of Southwest. Those are the approved agencies. And also, perhaps you have not registered your business on Bonfire to view the solicitations. If you have not done either of those things, that places you in a pre-protege category. If you have done those things, that moves you over to tier 1 or tier 2. And the biggest difference here is your level of income, as well as your years in business in these two categories. Everyone's goal is still the same, whether it takes you a process where you're a pre-protege that begins with the agencies. Once you complete that process, I've heard on average, it could take about 30 days. If you have all the appropriate documents that's needed to move through that process. For others, it could take up to 3 months. That moves you over into tier 1 or tier 2, which is currently we're in our cohort right now, inaugural cohort that was recently launched on May the 2nd, Thursday. So put some hand claps if you made it to that elite cohort group that's currently going on right now. That is a 12-month program. And inside of that 12-month program, we're asking for 6 hours from the protege per month, with a minimum of 2 hours from the mentor per month. These hours can be one-on-one. What documents on it? Okay, so this tier explains here what are the qualifications. The documents that are needed is actually in the application. The application process is currently closed at the moment because we are in our cohort. If you follow us on our website, which is sourcedallas.org, we'll be sharing additional information about when you can register. Okay, you can join. You can join when registration opens up again. And we'll be posting that information on the website. Here at the City of Dallas, the goal in this program is to provide networking opportunities. Perhaps the proteges might become a subcontractor along with the prime on projects, with building relationships with them. Ideally, that is the goal. And to secure their own contracts, moving from subcontractors to primes. Next slide. So I was told to keep it short and brief, although I can be a windy person. This is the best way to keep in contact with me, is to scan the QR code that's on the screen. It immediately takes you to my digital business card here with the City of Dallas. The good news is that you can create your own digital business card by scanning that code, share your information with me, create your own and send your information back, vice versa. These links are hyperlinked. You can hyperlink, send me an email at shamika.mccoy@dallas.gov. And for additional information, visit our website at sourcedallas.org. I'll be more than happy to answer any additional questions now or later, according to the organizer of this event.
Thank you, Shamika. We will have questions and answers after we've all completed. We love this enthusiasm that we have with all of our participants giving us questions ahead of time. So that's great. Shamika, you'll have a chance to review those before we start again. Next, we have to talk about the Mentor Protege program at Dallas ISD is Miss Annie Partee, who was promoted to Executive Director, Minority Women-Owned Business Enterprise, MWBE Department. She has been employed with the district for 25 years. Everybody just give a hand clap for that. Her professional background expands the MWBE, purchasing, auditing, and contract compliance. And under her leadership with Dallas ISD has been continuously being recognized for its MWBE program effort. She received her BS degree in accounting from Jackson State University. And I want to give a hand clap of praise to her for she is successfully completed her certification in executive management compliance with the ACCA, which is the American Contract Compliance Association. And it is one of the only certifying organizations in the United States that provides this professional training with the MWBE and compliance and in the supply diversity field. So welcome, Annie, to our panel of talking about the Mentor Protege program.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Webb. I certainly appreciate that profound introduction. Thank you very much. Again, as Dr. Webb said, I've been with the Dallas Independent School District for 25 years, and I have been serving this wonderful community even longer. So thanks to the committee for allowing me this opportunity to share insights regarding the Dallas Independent School District and our desire to help minority and women-owned companies grow. If you would please transfer to the next slide, we'll be able to share some information regarding the district's MWBE program. And we fondly believe with Dallas ISD that knowledge is powerful. Even better, the application of knowledge is power. So we have put together a Mentor Protege program of purpose. With that particular purpose, it is to stimulate the growth of minority and women-owned companies through education, business development, and training. We have certain basic requirements that we ask, and for the protege, the eligibility requirements are to be a current Dallas ISD vendor or must be willing to register as a vendor with the Dallas Independent School District, cannot be disbarred or suspended, a certified minority or woman-owned company, or willing to pursue MWBE certification. Because within Dallas ISD, we have a goal to ensure the inclusion of minority and women-owned companies in a legal and meaningful way in all aspects of the district's purchasing and contracting requirements. So we put a big emphasis on working with certified minority and women-owned companies, even though our door is open to all companies. As far as the mentor requirements, we ask that you have experience, a proven track record, a willingness to help and support others, have been in business for at least 2 years, and possess financial stability and is not debarred or suspended either. Certain administrative requirements are signed and notarized mentor protege agreement. Of course, we inspect what we expect, and we believe that with those written documents, everyone would have a wealth of information and we will be able to lay a successful foundation for the mentor protege program. And also to have a clause that will hold Dallas ISD harmless regarding the information that is shared, along with a termination clause. And that clause is to help the maturation of the mentor and the protege to have a commitment of at least 1 year, but because we feel that that is pivotal to the success of companies growing as well. And as Dr. Shamika indicated that her her goal and her mission, but I believe a part of my mission is to serve the people as well as to share knowledge. So the mentor protege has that emphasis to share knowledge with other companies to help them to grow and to succeed. Next slide, please. As far as the matching component, we allow the mentor and the protege to come together and perform that particular relationship. So that is the responsibility as well as the privilege of the mentor and the protege. They will develop the structure, the meeting minutes, the meeting duration, as well, what all that would entail. They also will submit the mentor protege agreement that's signed and notarized with any procurement solicitation. Some of the areas to consider: marketing your company to Dallas ISD, business development, technical or financial assistance, purchasing and contracting techniques, professional licensing, MWBE certification, vendor registration. Of course, this particular initiative is designed to help the companies grow and move to the next level of success. But ultimately, we want them bidding, not just bidding, but winning successful contracts with Dallas ISD. And some of the benefits would be economic growth and development for diverse companies, as well as Dallas ISD will award numerical points towards procurement solicitations. So if anyone is willing to submit your signed and notarized mentor protege agreement with any bid or RFP, then definitely we will be able to award you points for that particular consideration. Because again, we believe that knowledge is power. Companies perish because of a lack of knowledge. So we have this foundational support to help minority and women-owned companies to grow and move to the next level of success. So I'm envisioning that your next question is, where can I find more information regarding the mentor protege program? So on our last slide would actually take you to our website, which is www.dallasisd.org/MWBE. And there you can learn more information pertaining to our MWBE program. Again, thank you. I'll turn it back to Dr. Webb.
Well, thank you so much. This seems like we have an exciting opportunity to continue. Stephanie?
All right, and now it's Dr. Darcel Webb's turn to talk about the UT Southwestern Supplier Diversity Mentor Protege Program. Dr. Webb is the director of the UT Southwestern Supplier Diversity Program, and she's going to share additional information about the UT Southwestern program. Dr. Webb.
Thank you, Stephanie. Next slide. Well, I want to share with you that UT Southwestern has a mentor protege program, but it is through the state of Texas. So I'm not going to read all of this to you, but you will be able to find this on their website. Each and every state organization has this opportunity to present these types of programs as far as mentor protege. It is definitely a mentor relationship that is mutually beneficial to either the mentor and the proteges to fulfill our what we call the subcontracting requirements that are built into our state contracts. And that has to be anything over $100,000. So to take advantage of that, you have to build a relationship. And with that, we will be able to help you to develop a mentor protege relationship throughout the project and for further growth of your MWBE contracts and subcontractors for the state of Texas. Next slide. We talked about the mentor protege program, and here are the criteria for the mentor and their criteria for the protege by the state. You must register with the state of Texas, which that is also have the centralized master's bidders list. The ability and previous mentor experience and maybe prior history of doing some mentor program problems, and the ability to develop and guide in areas that identify for the protege. And next, and most important, you must be in good standards with the state of Texas that you're doing business. The criteria for a protege participation in this program, again, is the eligibility and the willingness to maintain your HUB certification under the state of Texas. For the protege must be certified as a protege, as a supplier, and your business must operate for at least 1 year. Your desire to be a partner with the mentor, there are forms, there's agreements that have to go along with that. And again, the protege has to also be in good standards with the state of Texas. To find out even more information, there's a phone number here at the very bottom. It is a toll-free number. And I want to say also, when you're working to be a mentor or a protege, you must commit wholeheartedly to meeting with that mentor and protege several times a month. And then there's a quarterly meeting that is done for the organization who has signed you up as a mentor protege. So quarterly, we meet with you to find out what the progress is. What have you done to help that mentor to achieve some things? Who in your organization is involved with that? We look for those who are at the top of the program, at the top of the organization, a vice president who has the authority to get you with the right people in the organization. If you need somebody in accounting, you need somebody in estimating and contracting, or whatever that need is, that they have the authority to move you into those areas where they have people who are doing those on a daily basis, can give you the ins and outs of the processes, can help you with SOPs and things of that nature as you continue to grow. Next slide. These are the resources that are available for you for the HUB Mentor Protege program. You can see there's a link right there for you. I mentioned these resources include that the mentor protege has to sign an agreement. They have to identify what areas that they are looking to have information, what sessions, what training that you can impart upon them. There's an application for the mentor and the protege for doing business, and it must be signed off by the state agency like a UT Southwestern or UT Dallas or Arlington or any of the agencies that you're doing business with. So someone must sign and agree that they're going to help monitor and watch that program all the way through, because we have to report to the state how our proteges are doing on a regular basis. That's the reporting piece of that. and also that any of those reporting forms that as a state agency would have to provide so that we can understand where you are and what you're doing, and meeting with you on a regular basis to see how that match is. You can match yourself with the protege or a mentor, vice versa, as long as they are agreeing to that process, as well as having contracts in areas that apply to your particular type of business, whether it's construction, whether it is other services or commodities, any of those areas where that state agency reports to the state of Texas. Next slide. Well, we have concluded the Mentor Protege program almost in a timely manner, but you can see that each one of our organizations has a that has provided you with invaluable information, having in their own program. So you have now at least 3 areas that you can go and talk to people about wanting to be a mentor or a protege, and how that lines up with that organization. So I want to say to everyone, that if you have any additional questions, we'll be taking those questions at this time. But again, just sharing that knowledge about a mentor protege program is something you may not have thought about or even looked at, but this gives you an opportunity to say, yes, this is something we're interested in doing and would love to be on board with whichever organization. And it doesn't have to be these 3. It can be any other organization that provides you with this type of training, engagement, and commitment to helping you grow and develop your business. So are there any questions? Looks like there were 2. Earlier, I saw that someone asked, are you able to help small businesses with small budgets? And I think that was more from marketing. So let me move down here. It says, is there a list of companies that participate as mentors and do not generally see a mentor in, they do not generally see a mentor in the employee benefit space? Annie, do you have anything to add to that? Because I know we are a state agency, so it would be hard for me to tell you that we do because we have state benefits.
Oh, yes, Dr. Webb. As far as the district, we do not have a listing of actual mentors. The way our program is set up, if a person is interested in proposing to Dallas ISD, then they would bring together their mentor along with the protege already established.
Thank you. That sounds like how the state program actually runs. Shamika, do you have any additional information to add to that question, or one that you might have had earlier?
So with me being new aboard, I'm bringing a lot of fun things, innovative here from a marketing perspective, with mentors. And so although we currently don't have that listing at the moment, it is possible that it will be in the making. And currently mentors are paired based in their industry base. And so they're paired like together with the mentors and proteges, as I explained a little bit in my presentation.
And thank you. So the answer to the question is that we don't have a list. I don't have a list either with UT Southwestern, but I have had people to send me their application, and we'll review those and talk to the mentor and the protege to see who agrees on what before that agreement has been signed and put into play. And it's uploaded into the database for the state of Texas by the Comptroller's Office. So it's a year agreement, and then it's renewed every year if there's additional need for that. But it is a great program if you are interested and willing to do the time. Annie and I have done this many years ago, and it's not just showing up saying, hey, do you have a contract for me? Or, hey, can I get on that contract? If you're already on the contract, you're already beginning to build, but maybe you need some additional expertise in areas that maybe you feel you've fallen short with, and you need someone to walk alongside you and help you to be accountable and responsible as you continue to grow your company or get to a plateau and you think you need to go to a different level, then those programs are really helpful in that area. Well, thank you very much. We may be running out just a little over time, but I want to say thank you to Annie and Shamika for sharing with us the knowledge about your program. And as Shanika tries to grow her program over at the city of Dallas, she's going to have a lot of support. Mentor Proteges are very important programs that are able to get. So again, we thank each and every one of you for joining us today, and hope you have the rest of the conference that we have planned for you in every way possible, that we are here to support you in every possible means, not just the ones who are presenting, but all of those who have helped to sponsor and support this Knowledge is Power conference. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Webb, Annie Partee, and Shamika McCoy, for providing some amazing information on the Mentor Protege programs. We definitely appreciate it. And it's now time to give another prize out.
We're on our third door prize of the day. It's amazing programming, a lot of information that we're getting, motivating speakers, a lot of knowledge. This is a great event. But now let's do our third drawing. So Ms. Belina, we're going to be giving away a couple of tickets for the North Central Texas Regional Certification Agency to their gala event. Can you tell us a little bit about those tickets, Ms. Belina?
Sure, Sergio. The date is going to be August the 11th at 7 p.m. And it's going to be at Globe Life Field, home of the World Series champions, the Texas Rangers. And it is semi-formal. So we are looking forward to helping celebrate with Miss Angela and the rest of the staff as they recognize outstanding certified companies throughout their agency. So these tickets are valued at $300 as well. And so again, we're ready to spin the wheel.
Fantastic. Let's spin that wheel, Miss Stephanie. All right, Angel Hernandez, are you in the house? Make sure that you put your information in the chat to let us know that you are here, because you must be present to win. And again, keep your congratulations to hold until we get confirmation that Angel Hernandez is here. Angel will give you 20 seconds, and if not, we will spin the wheel one more time. These are great prizes that we're giving away today, and we want to make sure that that everybody gets a chance if you're not here. So we got 20 seconds on the clock here for Angel to put in the chat that he is here and to provide us with his email address. I'll do the Jeopardy.
That's not going to be for you, sir. I love
All
it.
right. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Angel has not answered. So he's not in chat. All right, let's spin the wheel one more time, Stephanie.
And again, everyone, please don't put your congrats in there. Let's give our winner time to enter their information before we start congratulating.
All right. So the wheel is spinning for Dr. Lucina Cusisto. Are you in the house? Dr. Lucina Cusisto. Again, we'll give you 20 seconds to get on the chat to let us know that you're here. If not, we got a lot of people that are also waiting. So let's see. Let's put that stopwatch at 20 seconds. It took me 5 seconds, so we'll do 15. All right, we got 15 seconds on the clock. Is Dr. Lucina Cusisto in the house?
I don't see where they've responded yet.
All right, well, let's spin the wheel one more time, Stephanie.
Third time is the charm. Let's do it.
While you're spinning the wheel, we want to give an update that the NCTR CA's gala is the Sapphire Soiree. It's going to be held at Live by Lowe's August 9th in Arlington, Texas. It's where opulence will come out and support and have a great time, and those tickets are valued at $400.
Fantastic. It looks like Alexander Omiki is the winner, and Alexander's already put that he's here in the chat. Alexander, please provide your email. And that is it for the third drawing. But Belina, we still have the big grand prize coming
Yes.
up with those wing tickets as the grand prize and a printer before that. So don't go away. We'll be back.
That's true. We'll see you in a little bit.
Awesome. So as you guys can see, we're giving away some amazing prizes. So just hang in there with us. We have grand prize coming up. But before we get to the grand prize, we're now up to our next workshop, which is the Business Finances Workshop. This workshop will be moderated by Yolanda Coleman. Ms. Coleman is the MWBE coordinator for Dakita Enterprise, a program management firm working with Dallas ISD on the 2020 bond program, where she fosters and ensures awareness of the project and procurement opportunities in the diverse business communities through extensive outreach to key diverse and industry contractor communities, organizations, and associations. Ms. Coleman.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you've been enjoying the conference so far. It's my first time, and I'm just elated to be here and have enjoyed everyone's presentation and all of the speakers. I'm happy to serve as the moderator for the Financial General Plenary Session D, our final session for this afternoon. We have two panelists today. We'll give each of our panelists about 10 minutes each. I'll raise my hand in the chat to give you a 2-minute warning so we can allot time for questions and answers at the end of each one of your presentations. Our first panelist today is Ahmad Ghouri, the Assistant Director of Program Management with the U.S. Small Business Administration. Ahmed joined the U.S. Small Business Administration in June 2010 and was recently promoted to the national role of Assistant Director of Program Management for the Office of Field Operations. In this role, Ahmad oversees all communications and outreach for SBA's 68 field offices and 10 regional offices across the country. Ahmad leads all White House and special initiatives for the field, including Divine Nine, HBCU, and other initiatives. Ahmad was named a 2022 Dallas Business Journal 40 Under 40 honoree and the 2021 Dallas Black Chamber of Commerce's A. Maceo Smith Emerging Leader. Welcome to the conference, Ahmad. We look forward to hearing what you have to share with us today.
Thank you. Look forward to the conversation and sharing some really good information about the U.S. Small Business Administration and how we help small businesses start and grow, as well as some information about the SBA's Equity Action Plan. So the president has charged all federal agencies to come up with a plan to increase our programs to affect equity. And that's what we're doing here at the SBA. As Yolanda mentioned, some of the special initiatives that we are doing to target equity enhancement is definitely reaching out to our Black fraternities and sororities through the Divine Nine and National Pan-Hellenic Council partnership that we have, as well as reaching out to our historically Black colleges and universities. And if we could go to the next slide, we'll talk more about that. So the Small Business Administration, we were founded in 1953 with the sole purpose of helping businesses start and grow. The way that we do that is based off of our 3 C's in a D. So our capital programs, which are loans that we have that go up to $5 million, that businesses can access to either purchase real estate. They could use it to renovate a current facility for their business. They can use it for operating capital. They can also use it to purchase acquisitions and purchase other businesses. We have counseling programs, which is really geared towards business owners or prospective business owners that don't have the financing to go out and hire a consultant to teach and mentor them on how to be successful entrepreneurs. So we have counseling programs provided free of charge that can help you navigate everything that you need to know about starting and growing businesses. And then a lot of what you are here for, which is our contracting programs. So we have goals, just like local entities like DISD, but the federal government has goals where we are required by law to set aside a certain amounts of our spending dollars with small business owners, 23% exactly. And then that 23% is broken down into various categories to help businesses get access to procurement opportunities. The U.S. government spends about $600 billion a year in purchasing goods and services. So SBA is the gatekeeper of making sure every federal agency is spending that 23% with people like you, small business owners. And then lastly, our disaster assistance programs. So we were the best kept secret in government for a while until, unfortunately, but fortunately, COVID hit. That was a worldwide disaster. And a lot of you may have taken advantage of some of our disaster relief programs related to COVID, which was the Paycheck Protection Program or the COVID EIDL programs. But we also have assistance when there's natural disasters like hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, and other aspects that are declared disasters, where we come in and give out loans to small business owners, homeowners, and nonprofits. Next slide. So a little bit more about the equity action plan that the SBA has. So all FY fiscal year 24, SBA goals and measures support SBA's equity action plan. So we're looking to improve access to capital through our enhancements in target communities. So we're targeting minority communities, African American, Hispanic, Native American, Asian Pacific, Asian, in various others, women's, veterans, to make sure that we are providing the appropriate resources for these groups to get access to capital for their businesses. Our Equity Action Plan 2 and 3 improve access to federal government procurement and contracting opportunities, increase government spending on small disadvantaged businesses, and increase small disadvantaged business participation. All about that 23% of the $600 billion that we spend. We're looking to try to increase that within those various communities that I mentioned. And then, of course, approve access to disaster assistance programs. So when there's droughts here in Texas, when there's the tornado like in Houston, when it was the floods here in Dallas, we were providing those financial resources to help businesses recover and grow. We want to do more of that in our minority communities in those target areas as well. And then improve access to business counseling, training, and services. Again, these are your tax dollars at work, so we want to make sure that you are accessing these programs at no cost to help you be better entrepreneurs. Next slide. The way we're tracking our progress is we have factors to determine the progress and success for 2 to 4 years out. We're looking at the number of underserved disaster survivors utilizing SBA referral, financial counseling, in trying to increase those. We're looking at the number of underserved disaster survivors that are using SBA products and services. We're looking at those that are partnering with SBA to assist underserved disaster survivors. And then we're also looking at factors to determine progress and success 5 years to 8 years out. And the way that we're doing that is the number of underserved survivors who are initially declined for a disaster loan due to not meeting any particular criteria like underwriting, but are later able to remedy the issue after receiving SBA referred financial counseling and successfully reapply for increases. So we saw a lot of that during COVID, that a lot of people just missed out on those programs simply because maybe there were some technical issues with the documentation, tax return, so forth and so on. So we want to do a better job at making sure that businesses have the appropriate counseling and resources to rectify those issues. Next slide. And then one of the programs that I oversee that I'm proud to lead as being a member of the Divine Nine. So in 2022, the head of our agency who serves on the president's cabinet, Isabella Guzman, signed a National Strategic Alliance Memorandum, which is like our version of an MOU with all of the Divine Nine national presidents and also the NPHC president. So again, we're targeting organizations to make sure that we are closing the wealth gap. And what better way to do that is by collaborating with national organizations like the Divine Nine to make sure that we're getting resources out to various communities within the African American community. Next slide. And this is my information. If you have any questions about small business, any of the initiatives that I talked about, feel free to send me an email and I will be glad to connect with you. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Ms. Coleman. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ahmad. That was right on time with a few more seconds to spare. I did see one question in the chat. What approaches to reach people of color that may not be connected to those organizations? I'm not sure if that was directed at U.S. Small Business Association.
Yeah, so with the Small Business Administration, you could just reach out to us directly. My email is there. If there's any organizations that you think we need to be in front of that we may not be at this time, definitely let me know. We are looking to engage in the faith community. We're looking to engage various associations, business groups, any type of group of people that we typically wouldn't target where we need to be. We're definitely willing to be there. So definitely email me and I would love to connect with you to figure out what ways we could work together.
Outstanding. I see a Yo Noop and a Divine Nine. I'm not a Greek, so I don't know if I was allowed to say that or not. But thank you so much, Ahmad, for your participation today. Our second panelist for this session is Pedro Herran, CEO of Gerodot Capital Management. Pedro is the CEO of Capital Gerodot Management. Gerodot focuses on strategic management advisory service, merchant building operations, private equity, and financing support in the U.S., Mexico, and Latin America. Pedro has had a distinguished management career focused on international business. He is currently the Chief Financial Officer of Infinity City Maya. Infinity City Maya is a large entertainment and hospitality development which will be based in Cancun, Mexico. Welcome, Pedro.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Yolanda. Can we go to the next slide, please? Great. I'm going to cover a lot of information in a few minutes, so I'm going to go fairly quickly, focused really on tying strong strategy of the management of your business to solid financials. So we utilize financial reporting, financial statements to help us understand and track how we're doing. But really, the key to all of the management of organizations is having a clear strategy. And if you're in the profit-making business, then we need to measure how the firm is doing and how it is generating value for its shareholders, which can include institutional shareholders, family members, friends, and other investor groups. So really what I focus on is mainly working with companies that focus on profit making. I will start this chart. It's busy. There's a lot on it. And I'm not going to touch every point, but the idea will be that we focus on helping companies maximize the value of their businesses. That's the number one goal. And everything that we design, that we help companies with, is focused on that. So we believe that companies that do a good job of managing, developing their strategy, companies that do a good job of figuring out the best way to use their resources, and by resources I mean obviously cash, time, human resources, and other assets that a company may have available to it, putting those assets to work in the optimal way will help them to grow their top line and their bottom lines. We focus a lot on measurement, measuring how the company's doing. We focus on planning. We would argue that it's important to plan if you fail to plan, then you can plan to fail. So planning is a key important part of managing any business, planning both in the long term and in the short term. So it's important to have a plan, to have an idea of what the objectives are for a specific period of time, be it an annual budget or be it a more long-range plan, which can be anywhere from 3 to 5 years. We believe it's important that that there be a keen focus on data management, on information throughout the whole organization, be it information about your consumers or your customers via research work. Usually you work with your marketing department on that. Information regarding how your cost structure is based, information on your profits, information on your growth and where growth is coming from. So there's a whole lot of work to do in working with support people in your organization on keeping track of sales, keeping track of your costs, keeping track of profits, knowing where your assets are, knowing what investments return. All of that is an important part of just data management of a business, and certainly keeping the books, keeping track of historic performance, as well as planning and using financial planning tools is also an important part of the management of a business going forward, so that you know exactly where you stand, how well you're doing, and whether you're attaining your goals. If companies do a good job of competing in their markets, they have a very good idea of who their competitors are. They understand their consumers very well, and they certainly understand how profitable they are and how well they do in the lines of business, be they products or services that they compete in. The objective of developing strong strategies that are actionable is to drive sales and profit performance, growth. As a company grows, company creates value by growing its cash flow. So cash flow is an important part of what drives the value of a business. It certainly is a key component to the financing of your business, and it helps you to make decisions about the allocation of capital that you're going to use. So the focus really is on creating an environment, a company that is very clear on is very intentional in its strategies and plans for the growth of the business via various initiatives that it can employ, be they growing a geography or extending its product, its brands, or it can grow via selling to more consumers or clients. It can grow by new product development. So there's a ton of ways that companies can grow, and you typically need to plan that out and do it over periods of time, because many times that requires investment in time and people and structure. So if you're able to put together a strong strategic plan, and typically you would work internally with subject matter experts that you can hire and develop, and or outside advisors or consulting groups that would be helpful in figuring out how to grow your business, then you should be focusing on the value creation, which you see in the fourth box, the superior financial performance box, and that should lead you to, as you grow your business in sales and profits, to superior shareholder returns. That's the objective in for-profit organizations. It's to grow the value of the business or grow the value of the shares of the company. If we go to the next chart, please. So you have to ask yourself questions in an effort to have a strong financial performing company. You need to be very clear about where you want to play and how you want to compete. You can't be all things to all clients. You have to be very focused on what you're going to offer and what you're going to price it at and where you're going to offer it and to whom you're going to offer it. So a lot of the marketing information that we saw earlier would come into play here, is clearly define where you're going to play and how you're going to compete. Are you going to own all the assets that you utilize to produce or develop your services, Or can you outsource and utilize different business models to be able to use other people's assets to produce, if you're in the manufacturing business, what you want to sell? You have to think about the organization of your firm. As you grow, as you scale, you understand that you need to develop structure in your organization. You need to develop people, be it in the sales organization or in the administration or in the supply chain, in the production or the distribution, or if you're in a service-oriented business, it's really about hiring the brains that will help you develop your businesses, people who are educated, who understand the subject matter that you are selling or what you're trying to develop. And so many companies have to plan ahead as to where they're going to grow, how they're going to grow, and what assets they need to bring into their businesses. It's very important. The people aspect of running businesses is extremely important. You can have wonderful, beautiful strategies, look great on a PowerPoint, but if you don't have the people to develop, to execute your strategies, then your business will not succeed. So the key to the execution of strategy is having quality people, talented people, skilled people that have a clear idea as to what the objective is, what the strategy is, and how you're going to develop and execute that strategy. So that's a key part of any business. Over the years, I've seen many wonderful, beautiful strategies, approved many wonderful strategies that in some cases were not able to be executed because really it came down to either structural issues or cultural issues, or just not having the right people in place to be able to execute the plans that you want to execute. They take time, they take planning, and they take kind of a long-term view of when you're talking about growing your business. You want to look at how you want to grow the business over time. And in some cases, you have to develop capabilities on the people side to be able to do some of the ambitious things you may want to do. And importantly, because there are limited resources, as I mentioned earlier, there's limited capital, there's limited talented people, there's limited time. Many times there's limited choices. You can't do everything you want to do. You have to prioritize, and you have to pick certain initiatives that you want to do first, second, and third over time. Next chart, please. So these are questions
have about
that
30 seconds left, Pedro.
Okay, so these are questions that I would ask all of you to think about. It is about the long-term development of your business, and it is about the future. So it's important to think about the future to develop strong strategy plans that can be turned into profitable business results going forward. And with that, I'll end my presentation.
Thank you so much, Pedro. That was great information that you shared. Let me check the chat and see if we have any additional questions. And if you have any additional questions, please feel free to add them to the chat. Okay, that's no additional questions. Okay, just everyone's praising the slides and the information shared.
Thank you.
Thank you both so much for the information that you share with us today. And it's just enhanced the Knowledge is Power conference. And I'm sure that everyone has gained a lot of information that they're going to leave with today. Back to you, Stephanie.
Thank you so much, Yolanda. And I want to thank our presenters in that particular session, Ahmad and Pedro. So we want to thank you so much for providing some financial information to our attendees. And now, so we've given you guys some amazing prizes. We've given you some amazing information, and now we just have a small request from you. So what we like to do now is ask for you to answer a couple poll questions for us. And so I'm going to go ahead and launch the poll, and I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to respond to that poll. And we do have still coming up our grand prize. We have a couple prizes left to give. So you definitely want to make sure that you stay tuned for those grand prizes to see if your name is called. So it looks like you guys are responding to the poll. Thank you so much. So I'll let you guys go ahead and take a few minutes to respond to the poll, and immediately following the poll, we'll give away our grand prize for Knowledge is Power. All right, so it seems like we got some of you to respond, not a whole lot, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. So thank you guys so much for responding to the poll. Continue to respond to the poll. And so what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to keep the poll up because we want to get as many responses as we can. And I'm going to check in with our prize team to see if they're ready to give away these two. Do we have two additional grand prizes, or?
We are ready, Stephanie. We do have two more prizes to go. We do want everybody to answer the poll because polls are important to quality of our event as well as for future events. But we have some great prizes to give away. Ms. Belina, would you tell us about the printer? So we're going to do a printer, and then we're going to go for the grand prize, which is 4 tickets with parking to see the Dallas Wings. So, Ms. Belina, could you tell us a little about that printer? I don't hear Belina. So I'll tell you a little bit about that printer. That printer is valued at $400. It's a Hewlett Packard Jet
LaserJet Pro.
LaserJet. There you are, Ms. Molina.
Here I am. LaserJet Pro MFP 4101 FDN. That has been donated by Mickey over at Smart Group. And Sergio said the value is $350. And I believe it's an all-in-one type printer. So we do have that one. You want me to talk about the second prize or one at a time?
No. We'll keep them.
Keep them in suspense.
Yeah, we want to see those claps. Let's see those claps on that chat. Let's see the claps. Want to make sure that we get you hyped up and excited about these door prices. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel for the Hewlett Packard LaserJet printer. And Miss Stephanie, let's tell us who the lucky winner. And remember, you must be present to win. If you're not here, we'll spin that wheel again. All right, Patricia Swayzer, are you in the house? If you are, you need to let us know in the chat. Let us know that you're here and also give us your email address. So we're looking for Patricia Swayzer, and I'm going to set my timer. All right, there's Patricia. Patricia's here. So Patricia, if you don't mind, please provide your email on the chat, and we will get that price to you. Okay, so now we get down, and I'll do my little drum roll imitation. I don't know if you guys can hear it. We have 4 tickets, right, Miss Melina? I'm getting that correct, right? 4 tickets to see none other than the Dallas Wings. And this prize is being very kindly donated by one of their biggest fans, and none other than Miss Belina Willis-Smith. It's a prize that's valued at over, I think, $1,400.
$1,400, and that does include the parking pass, which for those of you that have been going to the game, the parking went up from $20 to $30. So that's a good deal for you. And so with that, you can, if you are the lucky winner, go out to the schedule, pick the game of your choice, and just let us know. I will put my information in the chat. Just let me know which game that you are interested in, and we will get those transferred over to you. You will also need to download the app, but I will put that information in the chat for you as well for the winner. I'm putting my information in the chat now.
And Patricia, if you're there, could you also put your email on the chat? That way we can get in touch with you and get your gift to you. And so as we're getting ready, as Ms. Valina's putting that information in the chat for her contact information, I think we are ready to spin the wheel one last time for this 2024 Knowledge is Power Conference. So spin that wheel, Miss Stephanie. All right, let's hear the claps. Where are the claps on the virtual world? Let's see those claps. Let's see those thumbs up. Okay. Looks like we got Danielle Reed. Are you there, Danielle? If you are, you got 20 seconds to let us know that you are here. And let's see. I don't see Danielle. We'll put the time clock to 20 seconds. And let's set it up here. We use this wonderful technology.
I'd get you the Jeopardy theme song. Funny.
Okay, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's spin the wheel one more time, Miss Stephanie. We're talking about. Oh, there goes the sound on my telephone here. All right, let's spin that wheel. Let's spin that wheel. All right, Jose Canario, are you in the house? Jose Canario, if you are the lucky winner. All right, Jose is here. All right.
All right, Jose.
Woo-hoo-hoo. You're going to get to see the wings. All right, but Jose, please put your email address on the chat so that we can get that price to you. And well, actually, also take down Ms. Valina's Willis-Smith's information so that we can get those tickets to you. It has been a pleasure doing the door prizes, and my great co-person, Ms. Valina Willis-Smith, right? She's the greatest. So thank you all, and that's it for us. Stephanie, back to you.
Awesome. Well, you guys won some amazing prizes during the 2024 Knowledge is Power Business Conference. So what do you guys think about the conference so far? I hope that you guys have gotten a wealth of information. We've had some amazing presenters. We've had amazing information, but we're not done just yet. We still have a little bit more information left to provide to you guys. So we definitely want to make sure you stay around. We have an amazing closer, and I want to go ahead and make sure that I introduce him to all of you. So Jesse Sodano will be closing us out for the 2024 Knowledge is Power Conference. Jesse is the City of Dallas Small Business Center Manager for Business Inclusion and Development. He is responsible for the city's Minority and Women Business Enterprise Program, including outreach and MWBE participation in the city's construction, procurement, and professional services contracts. Prior to joining the city, Jesse was actually a member of our team here at the Dallas ISD's Minority Women Business Enterprise Department for over 9 years. Jesse, you have the floor.
Great. Thank you very much, Stephanie. For the closing today, this conference was presented by Dallas Independent School District, the City of Dallas, UT Southwestern Medical Center, and the conference partners are the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses, the Greater Dallas Southwest Black Chamber of Commerce, the North Central Texas Regional Certification Agency, the U.S. Indian Chamber of Commerce, DFW, and the Dallas-Fort Worth Minority Supplier Development Council, and the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Thank you to the honorary chairs, Dr. Shauna Nesbitt, Ms. Annie Partee, and Ms. Joyce Williams. I also want to say thanks to the Prime Vendor Roundtable speakers who provided a great insight into their businesses. Thank you to Elizabeth Ponce with Picasso Contractors, Joe Reyes with Real Network Services, and Jolene Wasonga with Akari Management Group. And the moderator, Denise Banks with the Greater Southwest Black Chamber of Commerce. Thanks to the marketing presentation by K Strategies, Will Murphy and Christine Speed. and the moderator, Angela Alexander, Executive Director with the North Central Texas Regional Certification Agency. Thanks for the insights shared about the Mentor Protege program. Ms. Annie Partee with Dallas ISD, Shamika McCoy with the City of Dallas Small Business Center, and the moderator, Dr. Darcel Webb with the UT Southwestern Medical Center. What an informative presentation. Thanks to the financial panel, Mr. Ahmad Gori, Assistant Director, SBA Equity Plan, U.S. Small Business Administration, Office of Field Operations, Program Management Division, and Pedro Huron, CPA and Consultant, and the moderator, Yolanda Coleman with Takeda Enterprises. Special thanks to the workshop chairs, Denise Banks with the Greater Southwest Black Chamber of Commerce, Gabriela Cabrero with the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Delon Green with K Strategies, Annie Partee with Dallas ISD, Jesse Saldana with City of Dallas, and Darcel Webb with UT Southwestern Medical Center. Thank you to Sergio and Valina Willis with Dallas Independent School District's MWB Department, who led the raffles. And to all the members of Knowledge Power Committee, thank you. With special mention to Champion Johnson with AECOM, who designed the flyer. A special thank you to Stephanie Broughton with Dallas ISD. She did a great job as Mistress of Ceremonies. Let's give her claps and hearts in the chat. And lastly, I would like to thank everyone in the executive leadership, Dr. Shauna D. Smith Nesbitt with Medical Director of Parkland Hypertension Clinic and Vice President and Chief Institutional Opportunity Officer, UT Southwestern Medical Center, Mr. Leslie Williams, Deputy Chief, MWB Department, Dallas ISD, and my director, Joyce Williams, City of Dallas Small Business Center. So once again, I want to thank everybody for attending the 2024 Knowledge is Power Conference, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Jesse. And thank you, all of you, for attending the 2024 Knowledge is Power Conference, and we hope to see you next year.